So we got a whole bunch of brand new Transformer listings that are 100% official. These come courtesy of JT Prime 17. All of these we talked about when they were just rumored listings back in September. But now these are confirmed. They have AEN codes. They are in the Walmart computer system. And more importantly, we could have this discussion now because back in September, a lot of things were different than what we know now in terms of molds, in terms of ideas, and where we're going forward into 2023. So I figured we'd go over these listings, double confirm what we got going on here and what to be expecting in the Transformers Legacy Evolution line, as well as, more than anything else, kind of think about what the future is going to be with these figures, with these potential molds, and then some. These are all Transformers Deluxe classes, so these are probably going to be released over multiple waves because there's way more than 4 here, which would normally be just a 4-character assortment in a case. So let's jump into that. A lot of cool stuff. And we'll just enjoy the rest of the day talking about the world of Transformers. So the first one we're going to jump into is a Transformers Generations Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Beachcomber. Now, I love Beachcomber. It's actually Derek Wyatt's least favorite character.
I know it's usually a different I hate Beachcomber.
But I've always dug the hippie Transformer. And I love that he's finally going to get a pretty decent toy after he got a kind of meh legend scale figure back in the Classics universe kind of days. And a half-decent figure with Power of the Primes that was in that. It was called a Legends, but it's really what a core class is today. But I think that this one will be done even better because it won't have to house a Titan Master Power of the Primes kind of gimmick. It won't have to have that kind of cockpit thing going on. And I think this probably will be our definitive Beachcomber figure, especially when the fact that it's going to be in the deluxe price point. It'll have that budget, so it could be done properly, and the figure won't be limited. And then, of course, that could then open up the can of worms. We could have the G2 green repaint from that, maybe some Golden Lagoon as a Japanese exclusive. And heck, what could you retool a Dune buggy into? Maybe, just maybe, we'll finally get the last of the Target Masters in Target Masters Sure Shot. Sure Shot is the only Target Master of the original crew that has not gotten an update in any shape or form. Imagine, you have the original 1987 toy, and that's it. Nothing else. And I know how Mark is in Hasbro. Mark always wants to complete those, micro collections, and I'm sure that Sure Shot is on that short list. So not only are we going to be getting a Beachcomber, but there's a strong possibility you could probably do a strong partial of that mold, and you could get yourself a Target Master Sure Shot, and the 1987 Autobot Target Masters could finally be completed and brought into the modern era. So that's pretty hype when you really think about it deeply. Then we have a Transformers Generations Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Bombshell. Again, Bombshell's a given. We already saw him in the background of the Transformers Legacy Evolution poster. And on top of that, it's just a given. They're going to do all they're going to do all those Insecticons sooner or later. Not to mention, when we're talking repaint retools, and I talked about this already in my Transformers Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Insecticon Theory segment. Go check that out. Just check on the screen. That's the name that I'll post on there. Go check out that segment. I dive deep into how we can see those happen. Barrage Deluxe Insecticon, no doubt, will be a partial repaint retool from that Bombshell. It's an Insecticon. It's like a Seeker Jet. If you see Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp are not too far behind, let alone all the others. And now it's sort of kind of the thing now with our Insecticons. If you get one of those guys, the other two are not too far behind. And then the odd repaint retool into another Insecticon character, be it deluxe or original, is not far behind after that. So hey, deluxe class price point, joining the rest of the crew. That's pretty awesome. Then we got Detritus. Now, Detritus is one of these cases where originally we would have been like, okay, it's going to be the Siege Hound mold. That is that. Again, Detritus was originally a Hound repaint of the original G1 mold from the eHobby release. But now that we know that we're getting a Earth mode Hound through, I believe it's Buzzworthy Bumblebee. It's not 100% confirmed yet what the platform will be, but we do know that we're getting one. It's a strong argument that probably this Deluxe class Detritus is going to be using that mold. Personally, me, and I know I might be the minority on this, Detritus is a Junkion. He comes from an alien planet. I think the Siege mold would still be more appropriate for it, but the flip side of it, from a purist standpoint, yeah, original G1 E-Hobby repaint came from a more Earth-style Jeep, so technically it should be a repaint of that Earth mode, one that we're going to be getting soon. I get it. I could see the argument from both sides. It's just that part of me, because he's a Junkion and he should have that more rough kind of look to him, I feel the Siege mold still would be the best bet, but we'll see. We'll see. Again, both sides, I could see the argument for it. But again, we're getting Detritus. That's awesome. Then we got a Deluxe class Junkion 3. Again, this falls into that thing where we know we're getting Detritus, so it's definitely not Detritus, this Junkion 3. It's probably someone else completely. Now, is it a brand new mold completely? Is it a repaint, retool of something we got before? Like, let's say a Legacy RC retooled, repainted into a brand new female Junkion character, maybe even getting Nancy for the very first time. Is it that guy that was on that Legacy Evolution poster that didn't look like any of the other Junkions in that shot there? Could be. There's a lot of questions there, but we don't know. So Junkion 3 is still just a big confusion and rumor right now, and speculation at best. Here's a big one. Generations Legacy Evolution Deluxe class Devcon. Long overdue and much needed. Super obscure character, pretty much appeared in one episode of Generation 1. The Gambler became a super fan favorite as a result, because he's this kind of bounty hunter, Han Solo kind of guy. People really dig him. And the only way you were able to get this character was through the one release that he had. He was something where it's like, oh, hey, you have BotCon exclusives and FunPub exclusives that were teased and ideas that never happened, like the the Beast Machines repaint, and of course the Energon repaint. Both of those never got publicly released. And then you have, of course, the Scourge repaint that was a BotCon exclusive that did get released, but it was, again, behind the paywall of being a BotCon exclusive, so not many people were able to get it, and it wasn't that great to begin with. Combined with the fact that then by that Scourge repaint existing, that then led to people years later creating the fake digibashes of, oh, hey, we're going to be getting a Devcon, and here it is. And everyone remembers that news that we reported that was clearly fake, but it started that too. So hopefully, again, this is going to be a brand new original mold. Could be a repaint retool of something, but I can't really put in my mind what that could potentially come from. Comment below if you could think of something. But hey man, Devcon finally getting a retail figure. I mean, they already said in a recent interview that anything is possible, any character is possible, the gloves are off, even the most obscure could be turned into a figure. So hey man, if we could get a brand new Devcon, get that trademark up and running within the Hasbro bubble, and that means we could see Devcons maybe in other media and other stuff like that. It's a cool character. It's a cool character that just had this one bubble in Transformers history, and obviously some mild, comic book appearances. So it's something that I would really dig to see finally a decent Devcon figure. And hey, sign me up. I dig that. Then we got a Deluxe class Shadowstriker. Last time we saw the Shadowstriker trademark was in Cyberverse, female character. Trademark is coming up soon, so they have to refresh it. No better reason than to put it in the Legacy Evolution line. Will it be based on that Cyberverse design? Will it be based on her BotCon origins? Will it be based on the obscure Revenge of the Fallen repaint from that Classics Universe wheelie mold? Will that open up a can of worms into a Deluxe class wheelie potentially? Who knows? It's a deep rabbit hole. But hey, another female character. That's awesome. Whichever one they decide to go with, I'm curious to see it for sure. Speaking of the female characters here, here's one I'm excited about. A Legacy Evolution Deluxe class Strongarm. Another case of keeping that trademark alive. I love the Robots in Disguise 2015 version of the character. She was easily the best part of that show, even though the show itself wasn't very good. She was easily the best part of it. Hopefully it is that version of the character and not like the Energon Omnibot, not that, or his, like, I guess his movie adjacent counterpart, which was just a repaint of that Energon mold. Hopefully it's not the Minicon that we got from the late Cybertron toy line, and I think that mold was used also in Universe of Strongarm, which was a police car Minicon. We have enough police cars already. To have another one. I really hope that it is that Fembot character from Robots in Disguise 2015, or RID 2.0, as some people like to call it. And Mark always says he likes to have a Fembot in every single wave, so it kind of works out. You could put Shadowstriker in one wave, you could put Strongarm in another, and you got it covered. And if that Junkion 3 is Nancy, hey, you cover 3 waves. That's a whole year of deluxes right there. 1 female for each wave. And, again, if you really want like an Energon Omnibot, like that old Strongarm from Energon, I'm pretty sure you could do something without those Hound molds. I'm pretty sure there could be some kind of repaint retool in that. But the Omnibots are smaller, so to make them as deluxe classes, I don't know. It's kind of weird. And the last one we got here is Generations Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Tarantulas Package Refresh. So this is good news for people that may not have picked him up in his initial release in retail. If they didn't find him in retail, he was a later wave figure, so it might be a little more difficult to pick up. You get a second opportunity to pick up this figure. He looks absolutely fantastic. If you are a Beast Wars fan, you have to pick this up. So to get a second opportunity to pick up this mold, hey man, more power to you. That's awesome. So anyone who didn't get a chance to get him, they'll get another opportunity. And then hopefully at some point they figure out something to repaint, retool out of it and have some real fun with it. But that's it more or less for these. Again, these are just more kind of revisiting these because now we have official EAN codes. These are 100% confirmed. And now we have some, again, a better, fresher pair of eyes with the news that we know now and the information we know now as opposed to, let's say, 2 months ago. This is fantastic news. A lot of cool stuff. 2023 is shaping up pretty awesome for Transformers, despite the fact that we have, we have a movie that's going to be coming out. So there's all the crazy stuff that's going to be happening with that. We have Transformers Earthspark and all the crazy stuff that's going to be happening with that. We have, at least now, finally, we're seeing some BotBots product that's going to be hitting retail finally. So we have that happening. And then on top of everything else on the micro stuff, whether it be like, if you're into a Rescue Bot stuff and the cool stuff going on there, there's a lot going on in Transformers right now. So 2023 is going to be a stacked year, to say the least. So let me know what you think, guys. Pretty hype stuff otherwise.